Alrighty, good days, ladies and gents. My name is FOXSOL. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another topic of conversation here on WutheringWaves. And in today's video, we're going to be turning our attention to the WutheringWaves 2.0 update, because since last year's buzz that carried over into the new year, this update has been one of the most hyped and most impactful content drops for WutheringWaves. And it begs to pretty much ask one question: did it live up to the hype? Let's discuss it. So, starting off things, we're going to talk about the brand new region that comes with WutheringWaves 2.0, and that is Renaa. This area itself, we can tell you right now, is an inspiration from Venice. It offers players a new, fresh, immersive environment for them to explore that the visuals alone, I will say, are breathtaking. This new region draws from the artistic, theatrical, and musical ambiance that is woven into this region's design. You can see this from the cities all the way into the big, massive area that has been provided, which is about 60% the size of the first region, and it's still relatively big. But we'll talk more about all of this later on. I will just say like this: when it comes down to Renaa, it does stand as an amazing achievement for this game's evolution. Now, alongside with the new region, we are also introduced to a very colorful cast of characters, if you would. Brant, the charismatic captain of the Troop of the Fools, Roshia, which is Brant's reliable first mate, Phoebe, a knowledgeable guide, Carlotta, a noblewoman from the esteemed Montali family, and we have my personal favorite, Zanny, the inquisitive inspector who gives off this major mommy figure vibes that I'm pretty sure that every single one of you guys out there who's watching this video that's played WutheringWaves 2.0, you're also in love with this character just as much as I am. She brings off this vibe kind of like Chang Li did. Now, with each of these characters, it does bring, a unique personality to the table. Some, I will say, shine brighter than others, but overall, Kuro has clearly poured a lot of effort into not just their designs, but their roles in 2.0's storyline. And I will say that it is refreshing to see a more expressive and well-rounded characters in general being introduced into this game. I really have very few complaints about the characters, but I'll just say it like this. Again, I think Kuro did a splendid job. They did fantastic. And in general, for newcomers, for returning players, this cast of characters, I think a couple of them are going to hit you and really resonate. One of the things that we should talk about is that Kuro Games did give us the ability to fly in 2.0. Now, granted, you're not able to use this in the older map. You can only use this in the new region, but when it comes terms to a new way of exploring, this new flying ability is one of my most favorite things about the about WutheringWaves, and absolutely it's an enjoyment. We also have the addition of new echoes, new bosses that comes into the game to help challenge people's skills, as well as we have new tactical hologram bosses that will help to test your builds. As well as always, we have new weapons, and honestly, there is a lot of content, so there is more and more content. So no matter, again, whether you're a new player, a returning player, or someone who hasn't been able to put the game down just yet, I am sure that for every single person who has dived into it or looking to dive into 2.0, there is a lot of content here with this major update that should keep you entertained for hours on end. I mean, there's so much that we could talk about with 2.0, that even with 2.0, there is some significant quality of life change improvements that has happened. And, for example, synchronization now with items can be directly done from the main menu. They have updated the map visuals for better navigation, in my personal opinion. They have optimized the fast travel points for smoother exploration, even though with the flying ability, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really fast traveled that much. The option to jump straight into 2.0 story, bypassing really a lot of of 1.0's content for those eager to dive in. These are all different little changes that pretty much makes an overall experience just more streamlined and enjoyable, I think, to not just, returning players and new players, but all players. I will say, as part of my final thoughts before I go into my personal opinions on this, that when it comes to this update for 2.0, this update itself is a testament. It's a testament to the developers' dedication and passion for WutheringWaves. Because no matter what, I have to say, from the stunning new region to the robust cast of characters to the innovative features that they've been adding into this game, and even the quality of life improvements, it is clear with Kuro Games that a lot of hard work and pride went into every aspect of this update. This is a major update that I have to give my hats off to the development team. They're delivering, I believe personally, a very fantastic experience that a lot of people are going to enjoy. Now, with all that being stated, I will get more into my direct thoughts, if you would, because after playing and experiencing this update myself for the last couple of days since its release, I must say that I am generally impressed, and I do love this update overall. However, it does feel like to me there is things missing. A lot of this update, while it's visually stunning, it does feel in many ways like the same experience that I had in 1.0. And I know that a lot of people is going to watch this video. That's not what they're going to want to hear. They're going to try to tear me a new one for this. But you have to realize, I've been a solid player for WutheringWaves for the last year. And much of the content that I've gone through at 1.0, I have glazed. I have gone ahead and gave it a bravo. And with this content, I don't feel that, it doesn't feel entirely new to me. And I think that that is mostly my fault for overplaying the game. But it's also more of the same. I feel like a lot of content feels more of the same as it did in 1.0. It just has a better presentation behind it. Basically new bells, new whistles, they're exciting now, but in general, they do fade over time. I mean, when we take a look at the story of 2.0, I'm going to be honest, I'm not really a fan of the story. Without trying to spoil anything, I'll just put it like this. I do see that there has been a lot of improvements made into pacing and into the character development compared to what it was in 1.0. And I do see that, the story was really more thought out. But the story's rhyme, and I will say to meet overly flamboyant theatrical presentation, didn't resonate with me. Because a lot of the second half of this story felt more like a play or a musical that was hidden by dramatic, I guess the best wording to put here, it was hidden by dramatic poetic speech. And to me, I didn't feel like it fit with the story of WutheringWaves as a whole. That's just me personally. From what I've experienced 1.0, this new style of writing just didn't feel right. And honestly, I found it was a little bit distracting, and a lot of times I found it was kind of boring. So there was a lot of parts where I was just like, nah. I mean, when looking at, when it comes down to the story's foundation, I'll say it like this, along with the idea around, the better presentation around it and the dramatic poetic speech patterns that comes with it. The story's foundation, basically, without really spoiling anything, is more of a rivalry between two families and the classic story of a religious institution, basically the church, that is manipulating people for control. And these are typical cliche elements that I've seen a bunch of times in a lot of different storytelling and didn't captivate me as much as 1.0 storyline did. So while I believe that, others might enjoy this direction, it just felt really short for me. It felt really off. And overall, though, while with WutheringWaves 2.0, it does bring some remarkable features, I mean, and some visual upgrades, it just didn't fully deliver that fresh experience that I was hoping for. The gameplay enhancements are excellent, but the story, the events, the quests, the puzzles, a lot of these things that I was completing and doing just felt very much lacking, or I've already done it in some way, shape, form in the past. However, I will say, again, from talking about before, but with the new flying ability and the new approach to this exploration, I do believe that this was a major improvement, and I really do enjoy this. I enjoy this more than I thought I was. So, because of all this, you know, these added options that was given to this 2.0, I just, you know, overall think that while the update was really good, it's just that some of the parts did not resonate really well with me. And I'm not sure about you guys, but that's just my personal opinion. I mean, I'll even say it like this. I also wish when it comes to the flying that, you know, we could have done it in the 1.0 map. But overall, I do not discourage anyone from playing 2.0 because I do believe, as I stated before, that there is a lot of content here that I'm sure everyone can find and enjoy it in some way, shape, form. So I encourage you to take a seat, play WutheringWaves 2.0, and if you haven't already done this, I mean, I don't know what you're waiting for. You need to go experience it for yourself. Don't take my opinion as God, okay? But, you know, in all honesty, I would like to know from you guys, what is your thoughts of the Renaa update? Did it meet your expectations? Did it go over your expectations? Let me know in the comments down below. And like always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more updates and discussions, because we will be doing some more WutheringWaves 2.0 content on the channel. Just right now, I've been doing some other things in the background, but hopefully we'll get back into it at full swing soon enough. So otherwise, guys, like always, keep it jazzy, keep it classy, and keep it real. And I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.